I am heading off back into the office. I've got camera in hand. I'm heading on the Abrams. Perfect wheel of choice really, because I am off to pick up the now reassembled V13, which we bought to do a video review on, shipped in multiple components. I thought, what better wheel to go on than the big old beast of the Abrams. I'll head in, it's about an 8-mile journey. I'll head in and then I'm going to pick up the V13. And of course, as soon as I head out, lovely sunny weather, absolutely tipping it down. Right, let's get this upstairs. Let's see this free spinning, Andrew.
Okay.
Go for it.
Oh, sometimes it knows. You have to try and fool it. And again.
Not sure he's got this. 6. That's not bad. You were saying, how much were you saying? What was it originally?
136.
136.
Just a moment ago.
Did you?
No, it's quite smart. I can't fool it now. I don't know what to do.
What the heck is that? 10.
Wait, if you turn the camera off, it probably work.
Yeah, should I turn the camera off? Yeah, let's do that. Instantly started doing it. 20. Well, I put the pads on.
Very nice.
But of course, then with them that height, which we've mimicked the picture, they don't quite close up the foot plates anymore. But let's see what happens when I take it downstairs. Surprisingly pleasant. Apart from, of course, that's not going to stay up, but well, you get the impression that this is quite heavy. I did like one-handed operation. Sounds on. But okay. Feels almost as like the Abrams I've just ridden down on. So big. Such a massive wheel, but obviously different tyre. You can balance it though, it's well weighted. Fairly agile. Just don't like the sound of that motor. Do you want to go, Andrew?
Yeah.
Okay.
Love one.
There you go. I'll do a swap. Swapsies. Come on.
Is that 200?
Oh, lovely. Look at it. What a beast. Oh.
It is heavy.
Sorry, can you ride?
No.
Anyway, I'll crack on with the old races.
one more.
One more, isn't it? Just one more, honestly.
You're making me laugh. I got no energy.
Got no energy. Oh, there we go. Oh, oh, oh!
That is so heavy.
So it's been christened. Well, I'm glad I offered you a go because that's great. Right, very good. So, what do you think of the V13? What's your summary conclusions?
It's
Heavy.
Heavy.
Right, I better crack on to the range test unless you want to bomb up there on it. He feels he's let himself down now, so he's going to have to have a go. Perhaps we should do a separate video.
Learn to ride.
Learn to ride. Ah, that's it. Nailed it. What could possibly go wrong? Oh. I think you're qualified now to give an opinion, aren't you? Just let us know. I don't have to bother doing the range test and stuff. Just say, yeah, it's good.
Yeah, it's good.
It's big, though, isn't it? You haven't ridden the wheel that big, have you?
No.
Nah.
No.
Bit of a step up. You haven't ridden the Abrams either?
V11's the biggest.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, the Abrams in there. When you get back out, you have to try and ride around the corridor.
Yeah.
Same size. More, well, actually, slightly smaller. Weirdly. Which I didn't think I'd ever say. Oh, well. All right, I better head out on the range test then.
Yeah. That's fine.
See ya. One of those dampeners should be adjusted.
Try it.
You ever listen then? You could probably hear it all the way back there.
Yeah. There's a noise.
Don't really know. What do you reckon?
Well, I haven't adjusted them out of the box, so.
Is that? What that noise is? It's quite loud, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's the foot plate, so no. But that isn't. Should we just do some adjustments on the old suspension? See if we can iron out that noise. Let's try that, shall we? Oh, let's show the people. It's here, isn't it? The upper adjustment.
Yep. Under that rubber cover.
Turret is there.
Right there.
And the other side as well.
Yeah.
So let's mess about with that and see where we get. Just before we adjust the suspension, with a little toolkit that we got with it. Little toolkit.
Ooh.
All tools
Is
for every
that
job.
Orange thing.
Here we go.
Oh, it feels wrong.
Feels wrong, does it?
Yeah. We'll put that on the roof.
Hold on. So, yeah, it's all good. Yeah.
It's all working. I'm going to leave in this car.
Can lean on that car. Excellent.
We can't make
It's quite awkward. You could just step on it and ride it.
do, but
Easy. No problemo. Oh. That was the site of the last accident. He's gone straight away near to all the cars. What's your actual opinion? What do you think, mate? You don't like it?
No.
Right. Why is that? Don't like riding wheels.
don't like riding wheels. I've got a car.
You got a car. Why'd you have
I've
one?
got a car. Why would I ride one of them? Dangerous. No helmet.
Too big?
Feel really,
Too heavy?
You feel really locked in, don't you?
Yeah.
Like, if anything happened,
Yeah.
I'm stuck in there.
you're really stuck in there. You're really stuck in there.
That's the side pads that we put on.
Yeah, I suppose.
But without them, you won't get the torque out of it.
I've never ridden anything with slope pads. So.
Oh, you haven't, have you? No. Don't need to. You've got MSX. Anyone remember that? Comment below.
With that, you just feel like that would be it. If it went wrong, you would just
Well, 140 kilometres an hour you would. Mind
Yeah.
you wouldn't go 140 to be fair,
Well,
but
You've got 196 kilometres available mileage.
yeah, that's
good,
a
isn't it?
lie. It's a
No,
lie.
It's not, it says it there.
Yeah.
It's not a lie.
That means we've done 4.
Have we? Oh, I got into 98 already. We haven't gone anywhere.
Yeah, but I got on it.
Oh yeah, Mike got on it.
Recalculate.
It went recalculate.
Trolley handle's quite good.
You like to try
Take it
that?
shopping.
Take it shopping, yeah.
You can hang your bag off here.
You could. Bag accessory rail.
Accessory rail.
Look at this thing, you can carry bricks and all sorts, can you?
It's 50 kilograms. That yeah. Use it on site. There's a guy who's doing the scaffolding around there.
They might use it.
We could say, "Excuse me, mate. Can't carry some scaffolding poles, this, can you?" All right. Thanks, Mike, for your input.
Yeah, sorry.
That's great. So, anything else to add before I
I'd
say?
like to say I love it, but unfortunately I didn't.
No. Mind you, what's the golden rule? 50 miles on a wheel before you
Make your mind up.
make your mind up. That's the answer.
Where do you want it?
Uh,
The bin?
Andrew's going to do the. He's going to adjust the
The doohickey.
dingby down. Weight and size of wheel. You've never ridden a wheel so big.
No, I haven't.
That is what's going on there. You go at 50 miles, and everything else will feel like a toy in comparison, and you'll love it.
Okay.
Well, I'll let you know once I've done my range test.
50 miles
But-
in.
yeah, absolutely. It's never ever. I don't think I've ever come across it. Once you get over the barrier of something so big, but I've just been riding the Abrams, which of course is the same size, more or less. It's actually slightly smaller, but it's lighter. To be fair.
Oh, it does.
Oh yes, please. What,
Really,
have you,
really
what are you
loose.
getting?
Probably get a meal deal.
Meal deal. Yeah, can I have a meal deal, please?
Yeah.
Love you, mate.
So it's so loose you can just turn it with your finger.
So what are we doing here?
Apparently we're increasing the dampening, but it's just spinning in the hole.
Is it not actually turning the?
It is turning it. You can see it turning.
Okay.
So it's got a pin in it. That one doesn't.
Okay. Interesting.
And that feels like you'd expect it to be.
Right.
This side is missing something.
Is it? There's that. And then there's. Where's the other one? Oh,
First
there.
one forward.
Yeah.
See, that feels like you'd expect, right? We'll do that one. See what happens.
Oh dear. I have a feeling that that's supposed to be screwed down into there. Okay. it's cold down here. And look what I've met.
It's me.
Just passed, didn't I? I was bobbing by.
Yes, I wasn't sure if you were a motorbike.
You're like, is that a
I had
motorbike
a
or is that
funny
Ian?
feeling that'll be you. I was
Look
going
at
to
it.
go and pick up Toby and then track you and see if you'd got home by then, and I thought it might be you.
It's smoking due to
It's very bright light
whipping
on
it
there,
around.
isn't it?
It is.
Yeah. You look like a motorbike.
That's how bright it is, look. It's pretty incredible. But yeah. Did it blind you or not? What was your report back? Did you see?
I noticed like a bike or something, and I thought, oh, you got quite close to my car. I thought it was going to be a car at first because it was that bright.
Yeah.
And then I thought, oh, one headlight's gone. I thought, oh, I think it was Ian.
Ah.
I was right.
Yeah, I bombed, turned around and chased you.
Yeah.
Right, I'll see you later.
All right.
It's freezing cold.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Whoo! Right, so I finished this evening ride so far. 16% the battery's on. And I've done just shy of 27 miles. So basically 27 miles down to 16. It looks like, whoa, when you fully pin this thing, it's looking like a 30 mile to 35 maybe mile machine, and it hasn't limited me yet, so the fun has not stopped at that. So that, two things, bit of a downer in terms of total range, but that again, we always do worst case scenario, so you're only ever going to be pleased. So yeah, you're likely to get more unless you're pinning it. It's 6 degrees, just for your own understanding of what the temperature is, because obviously that makes a difference. But not only that, it's also quite hilly. So yeah, they're nice rear lights, aren't they? I like that. Looks really nice. Pads really, really nice as well. Super good, but condition again on the old legs because they're in a different position than the other wheels. But it looks like approximately 30 to 35 miles range when you absolutely pin it. So to report back after I finish the range test, because it is not complete. Here I am, day 2, continuing on now. Gonna head back out. I've only got 16% showing. We had that warning of battery low. It's making a noise this morning. So we'll have a look. It's got an exclamation mark. Warning, by low battery, please recharge as soon as possible. Fault warning. So it's 16% though. Yeah. Okay. It's worth noting, isn't it? So I'm going to head back out. It's just stopped raining, so off I go again to continue. I've arrived at work. 9%. I can tell you something, from about 15% downwards it starts to getting less enjoyable. At 10 you're restricted to a real low speed, so pretty much I'm going to end the range test now because I can still go, but at about 25 kilometers an hour, 28, it says please get off, something along those lines. So really the fun stops here, guys. So I will report back the mileage to you. Okay, so there's no stand on this. Oh, no stand, so I'm going to put it face down on the floor. What's quite amazing is the stats on this charger. As you can see there, the output is 5 amps, 630 watts, so that's pretty beefy charger, which is good to see. But of course, also 2 charge ports. There we are. I have done the range test, which is the first part of this video series. As always, unboxing stroke range test. Not much of an unboxing this time around, but a range test nonetheless. Then it'll be 250 kilometers, 650 kilometers, and a 1,000 kilometer final review. What have I found so far about this machine is it is incredibly well built. So in terms of build quality, I don't think there's a competitor really for the build quality of this machine. InMotion has done a really, really good job. The color touchscreen on here, which means you can sort of do away with the app. You can just do it all from here, is excellent. Touch sensitivity, spot on, really, really good. It does everything that I would ever want straight from here without ever having to get my phone out my pocket. The fact that you can just look down and see your speed, you know, that's pretty critical, but also how far you've been, your voltage left, your percentage left in the battery. You can change settings, you can mess around the light settings, all those sorts of things. Brilliant. And in terms of light, as you can see, it is really, really good at nighttime. This light, you know, any brighter and you're going to be blinding people as they come towards you. And that is a problem with all wheels as well, may I add. So this light is brilliant on the flat and when you're at a constant speed. Obviously, with all wheels, unless they've got some sort of auto adjust going on, as you tilt forward, the whole unit tilts forward. So as you accelerate, it tilts forward. If a car's come in, say they're in the middle of the road, and you slam the brakes on, and you go back, it lifts that light up, blinds them straight in the face. I can't wait till the day they make one that auto adjusts or auto dips. That would be really good. But auto adjust would be better, the optimum. So when you're going up a real steep hill, so if you've got a steep hill, of course, it's going to try and keep you flat all the time. So the light's always pointing at the hill. So pitch black in the woods. I've said it before. I said the same on the V11 video. Pointing straight there, you know, at the ground. You can't see what's going on. So I've just got to, I think there's a delivery coming. So I'm just going to head and get that. Bit busy on it, aren't you?
Oh,
Meant surely.
300 parcels today.
Oh my goodness. Ooh-dee-dum-dee-dum-dee-dum. Oh. Where was I? The light. I think I've covered that off enough. So, but it's epically bright, really easy to see where you're going in the right circumstances. In terms of rideability, big omission in this one. There is no off-road, as you may have noticed. I am missing a screw going through this shock, which enables me to mess around with the dampening. So essentially it's making a bit of a racket. It's missing that key component. InMotion are going to send another one, definitely not in the box. We went through the box, went through every single package that comes with it, because a lot of stuff comes with this. It's well equipped out with the box, but it's not in there. So we're waiting for that to come. Then when I do the 250 kilometer review, I'll be sure to do some off-road. I actually prefer off-roading. So I haven't really tested anything out. The suspension as it is on road, when I've hit a couple of potholes, it's been perfect and it's far from set up correctly. So it's looking very positive from that point of view, but I can't do off-road, can't show off-road at the moment until that is sorted. But the actual ride, because of the weight and the size of the machine, the way it's built, as in where that weight is distributed, it's really well balanced. So for just hammering it along a road is epic. Now, hammering it along the road, you can go incredibly quick. This thing has such a massive motor, such huge amperage can be drawn, you can go really fast. Now, I don't condone that because you can have massive injuries or cause massive injuries to other people, obviously, if you come off. But if you hammer it through a trail, for example, in the middle of nowhere, this thing hauls. It is incredible. That is its own worst enemy, though, in terms of range. So the range I got was 32 miles. So if you're expecting to go 100 miles on this, you're not going to at full whack. So it's important to mention full whack. So when you're pushing this thing really hard, just like any other wheel on the market, just like electric cars or anything propelled by a battery and a motor, at its highest output, it's going to deteriorate that battery pretty quick. So if you're hammering it, you're going to deplete the battery fairly quickly. Mind you, that's 32 enjoyable miles. So it didn't really restrict me hardly at all. Where it kind of went wrong though is around about that 15%-ish mark, 15-10%. Between those two figures there, it started to go, nah, you need to get off now and charge me. So remember that if you've got a 100% charge, it's going to, really the fun stops at between 10 and 15%. So it's worth keeping that in mind. But also, I couldn't get 100% charge out of it. Only charges to 99%. Now, that's insignificant, to be fair. That 1%, or it might even be 0.1%. Don't forget, it might be 99.9, but it only shows you whole percentages. It may be that it's right there, it's 0.1 out, but that's kind of neither here or there, really. It makes no difference in terms of to range. It's so small. So that's just something to note. With the Speed, it's got amazing 2 mud guards. So it's got essentially a guard around the entire wheel. My phone's ringing now. Well, who's that? Hello? Hello?
Hello. Hi, am I speaking to Ian Sampson?
Ian Sampson? No, you speak to Ian?
To Mr. Ian Sampson?
No, not Ian, Ian.
Ian?
Yeah.
Okay, I apologize, I pronounced it wrong.
So, where was I? It's got an internal shroud around the wheel, a bit like the S18. You've seen that, it's got a shroud around it. But it's also got a stonking great big mud guard on the back as well, which is super flexible. Brilliant design, absolutely love it. You knock it against something, you very often, like, you're stood there on the wheel, maybe 1 foot on the ground, and you're trying to go through a gate system or whatever on your walks, trails, all those sorts of things, and you spin it backwards or try and turn it around. The mud guard, if it's a nice big mud guard, you knock it on things and it gets broken. This isn't going to happen. That's a really, really good design. Love it. With the Speed, you get that vortexing, or whatever it's called, where you're going really fast, so fast this machine goes that it throws it out, but then there's a low pressure spot here and it pulls it in. So actually you do get a bit of water and little bits of residue on your legs. So I was wearing waterproof motorbike trousers, so it doesn't really matter. But again, that's worth keeping in mind. If you're going to pin this thing, don't recommend it, but if you do, then you need to remember you are going to get some overspray, whatever you want to call it, that actually goes around the back and up the back of the machine. So keep that in mind as well. The pads that come with it, I cannot fault them. They were brilliant. The only time I suppose I could fault them is if you were trying to do huge jumps on this thing, which I would suggest this isn't the wheel to choose to do huge jumps on, because just by its, 1, its expense, and 2, its weight. So this is such a comfortable machine to ride. I just can't imagine really jumping it really, really high. It's possible, but you'll want slightly different pads, probably bespoke to you to do that. But what it comes with, the offering it comes with, is this, and then 2 to the bottom. These 2 here, you can actually adjust. You can put them where you want. So you could lift off them as you jump. That's just something to consider, but the pads themselves are absolutely brilliant. Spot on, no faffing around with adjustment. It just worked. I put them in position and they've worked flawlessly. The foot plates have been brilliant in terms of grip. I got soaking wet when I was out there. No issues whatsoever, grip really well. Nice big size, it lessens fatigue on the foot because of the size of the foot plates. Just be careful of where you position your pads, because they will get in the way of the foot plates. So if I lower these down more, obviously it's going to get in the way of where they close up, etc. That can be a bit of a pain if you're pushing it around and they're folded out all the time. This roll bar, metal, just feels so well built. It is just absolutely brilliant. The other amazing thing is the charger. So the charger is pumping out a lot of power with just a single one. You can actually go up to 14 amps on this machine, which is just, it's mental. So it's got dual charge ports, and you could double up your standard charger. So you'd be back up and running 3 hours with 2 chargers, but otherwise as standard it's 6-hour charge. It's fan assisted, and it's not a fan on all the time. So when you first plug it in, it's not constantly whirring. It comes in and out. I assume temperature based is what I'm assuming. That is a big plus as well. So if you're used to the older style chargers that are just constant fan noise, if it's near you, which it probably should be when it's charging, that can be a bit overbearing. This actually cuts in and out. So I do like that. It's a nice little feature. The whole package, so just to summarize, the whole package is essentially pretty epic. This one, it's basically a one emergency services. This is a one-hand operation, and it's a lot. They've got it dialed down basically more than the previous handles. It's just good, and it's in a really good position, so that works really well. The instruction manuals, little things that I don't usually talk about, like the instruction manuals, are usually a waste of time. They have gone. You can see they've gone to extra effort. They've got an instruction label, so like a bespoke label printed onto the handle here. For the dampening, you've got bespoke label and instructions, so with pictures and instructions that actually make sense. It's clear. You've got one on the side here, they're everywhere. So they've really gone out their way to make this user-friendly straight out of the box. There's no real guesswork on what on earth's going on. So that is just a nice they've actually put thought into the build quality. How it's fitting and finishing basically is brilliant. And as a consumer product, having all these instructions everywhere, you can just remove the labels, but it lets you know straight away without scratching your head what on earth this is about. It actually works. So everything about this wheel I absolutely like, except from the price. And right there behind that is the weight. So it depends what you're looking for. If you want one of the fastest wheels on the market right now, with the build quality as well, and the way that it's engineered, and the redundancies in backups, like it's got 2 Hall sensors in the motor, it's reinforced rim as well. There's all these little touches that give it that premium feel. It does feel like someone's ringing me now. Again, where was I second time? Yes, so it's actual fit, finish, performance, redundancy built into it, etc, etc, etc. You've got a long list of reasons to buy this wheel. Now, of course, if you bought this wheel at the high price it is, you'll probably won't want another one unless you think to yourself, I'd like something that's really light and portable that can go in, that you take on the bus or the tube or whatever, something like that. This thing you do have to walk around with you. But so far, so good. So no issues. Obviously, I wouldn't expect it to have any issues, apart from it missing the center part of this little shock adjustment here. It's a threaded bar, essentially, that's missing from this side. So I can't wait to get that. And on a 250 kilometer review, hopefully I'll have it by then. I might reach 250 without it. It's rideable without it. So it's got air in the shocks. It just can't change that dampness. It's completely loose at the moment on the one side. Again, even then, I'm riding it. So I'll continue to ride it. Hopefully I'll have it by then. But whenever I have it, I will then start smashing it off-road and see what goes on there. The tyre, though, is going to be good. It's similar to what they had on the first Sherman that came out. It's that sort of tyre. It's that knobbly finish. For me, I find it works really well on the road. I don't find it slipping out on bends, corners, whatever. And off-road is going to be a little gem. The only unknown is the weight, but I have been riding the EX20S, of course, as well, which is a big old beast. This is more compact, although they're very similar in weight. It's more compact than the EX20S, and it's definitely better built. So from that point of view, I've got no worries about taking this out in the rain at all. I wouldn't even think twice about it. It just looks and feels well built. So if you have any questions at all, comment below, because what I'm going to do now is basically get this video up at this point, come back to the 250. And so it's your opportunity to say, what about this? What about that? Do you know about this? Can you try that? I'm not going to do stupid things like trying to break it. So be warned. But if it's sensible questions, I will try and put them in the next video. So it's your opportunity to be involved and get those answers. There's probably loads of stuff I've missed. I'm just trying to review it, get it out there, and set expectations on where you're at. But in terms of build quality, spot on. If you're going to be going that maximum speed, you'll eat through range. Of course, you guys out there, what will happen is you'll be getting this wheel and you're going to be doing twice what I've done, which is fair enough. You're only going to be pleased, aren't you, with it? But there you go. Oh, and the temperature was 6 degrees. So you get some sort of bearing. Optimum for lithium ion is about 21 degrees, just so you know. Yeah, okay. Well, I'll see you on the 250 kilometer review of this, and I'll also see you in the comments section as well to answer some questions. I'll see you again.